shoes. So I want to start sewing things that are giftable items, as in items you can gift to loved ones, so that you're not spending a lot of money if you don't have it at the store. So today I am actually going to be making a giftable bear. So for this bear, I have the pieces. You can find them on my website at isewithjoy.com. Just plug it in my phone there before it dies. And it comes with 4 parts. So there's a part A, B, C, and D, and you'll need to cut it out. So that's what I have done here. So the fun thing about this is that you get to sew the pieces, and then you sew the individual pieces together. I actually already pinned them together, and you'll be sewing them, and then you will sew the pieces against the other ones. So this is a very, very simple beginner friendly item that you can make and gift to loved ones, especially if you know someone who just wants a bear to hug for the holidays, or who has a little one and you want to give them something special. You can embroider the fabric and then give it to them. So let's get this done. I have done most of the work already, since you will have to cut this out. So I'm going to go ahead. So these are 2 sides of the bear, and they will go together. But first, you want to first sew the pieces that match each together. And then there's one where it actually tells you on the pattern on my website that you're going to leave an opening, because that's what you're going to use to put it all together. So let's do this. All right. Um, I have everything, like I said, already pinned. Turn on some light here. And what I am going to do, if you've been following me for a while, you know that I typically just use black thread because it's easier for people to see what I'm doing. And the side here, I'm going to mark where I want to leave my opening, and that's to ensure that I can stuff my bear when the time comes. So I'm just going to put this here, and then put an X here. This is a heat erasable pen, so it will come off as I continue to once things go, it comes off with heat. So again, like I said, actually, well, I already pinned it, so I'll just do the same thing on this other side so that it's easier since I already pinned that side. It's here and here. So again, like if you missed it, what I started earlier is that I'm going to be doing more beginner friendly items that folks can gift. It makes it easier. I want to make giftable items that people can make and give to loved ones for the holidays. And you know, and these are going to be all beginner friendly items. And just let me sew quickly. That anyone who's learning to sew can make. Here's a tip for you if you're not already doing so. Don't go out and buy brand new stuffing when you're making these. You're better off just getting an old pillow, cutting it open, and using the stuffing from there. You don't need to buy new stuff. Not everything has to be bought new. I also tell people when I teach in other classes, if you are starting to learn, you're not sure if this is something you want to do long-term, full-time, don't buy expensive stuff. Buy a basic machine. Go to the thrift store. See if you can find, I don't know if my camera's not steady. See if you can find some sheets, bed sheets, and it'll allow you to practice with them. That way you're not spending a lot of money, time, and effort on something that you're not sure is going to be relaxing for you, because any sewist will tell you sewing it has its ups and downs. Like, it's something that you might pick up and then decide, you know what, this causes me too much frustration. I don't want to do this for too long, or this is just not relaxing for me. You know, just like the people who read books find it relaxing, some people might not find that relaxing. So Don't feel like you want to commit all at once. Go to the store. I mean, go to a thrift store, get fabric. If it's not your thing, at least you know you've tried it. Otherwise, you can also, you have the option to try something. Hey, hello, PG Polani, to do something else. So don't feel the need to absolutely get something. Oopsie. I put this down already. Okay. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. Hello, how are you? Hi, Lily. How are you doing? Hope you're doing good. So we're gonna do the stitch again around. I am sewing a bear. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. So if you have questions, you can put it in the chat. Hello, hello. I'm gonna take this off because I just realized I should have had this open because it is actually going to be closing in on the other side to join it together. So I'm going to go ahead. I don't think my age matters. Lily, that's an odd question. Also one I've never had someone ask me before, so I'm not entirely sure what my age has to do with sewing or where I'm from, but interesting questions. Yeah, so I am right now just seam ripping because I just realized I posted a video on my TikTok and I told people, like, listen, your seam ripper is your best friend because you will realize you make mistakes. And of course, I realized I made a mistake right after because I should only have sewn the one side and not both sides. So I'm going to go ahead and seam rip this. If you're new here, you'll know that I am what is considered a very imperfect sewist because I will show you the behind the scenes. When I post regular videos that are not live, all the errors. Oh, thank you, Lily. Have a good one. All the regular videos don't show all the behind the scenes of the issues that occur. And you'll notice that a lot of people do the same thing. They show you all the good parts. And the reason they do that is because, you know, nobody wants to see the behind the scenes. Again, this is why I just, you know, when I started off, I said, if you're starting off and you're not sure if sewing is going to be your thing, you know, just don't spend a lot of time on it. Don't spend a lot of money rather. Sewing obviously does take some time, so you're going to have to learn to get used to it. But be sure to invest wisely. You know, the notions don't cost a lot of money. So sewing notions you can get for not a lot of money. You can get them, pick them up of Amazon, and you know, you can buy things that, or even go to a secondhand shop. Some thrift stores have things. And then for fabric, don't spend a lot of money. That's the one area where I say you can save, and it's also the same area where you will spend a lot if you're not careful. So for that, you absolutely want to you start off at a thrift store, buy things, and you know, like buy a whole bed sheet, cut it however, you know, measure twice, cut once. That is something that people see a lot when you're learning, when you're sewing, not just when you're learning to sew, but when you sew. That way, if you make a mistake, you can undo it. So The one must have, you must have a seam ripper because I mean you can't do nothing without it. So I'm just using my seam ripper here. And maybe I should change this channel to the Imperfect Sewist. Especially given how much I hate the process of ironing. I don't follow a lot of the rules, the sewing rules. I just go with what I want. So what I want to do, and then I hope for the best. So yeah, okay. I should have opened this more, even more to the top. If you have questions, put it in the chat. If you're wondering what I'm making, I'm sewing a bear. It's like I Build-A-Bear, only I'm doing the casing the place it's going to go into. So this is what, let me turn this a little bit. This is what it's gonna look like. So when you open it, this is kind of what it's gonna look like. And I'm going to take, I've sewn one side of each one. I'm going to take this now and kind of marry them together, each side, okay? So, and leave an opening. So that it can be sewn, stuffed. And so, like so. Okay. And I will sew it all around. And then once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and stuff it. This, like I said, it's a you can stuff it with pillow stuffing. Don't feel the need to buy something expensive. As a matter of fact, I have my huge Walmart bag here. I'm gonna show you. I have a huge Walmart bag here with a pillow I bought 500 years ago. I'm just kidding, but that's what I use. I don't want to spend a lot of money on this stuff, especially since the goal of it, you know, is to save and not spend a ton. So I am just trying to make items that are going to be giftable and can be used by, you know, loved ones. So I'll continue with my seam ribbon and get these threads out. I used to have background music, and then I realized that I had noise canceling headphones, or noise canceling a noise canceling mic, which kind of defeated the purpose of having this the background music, because it was canceling out the background music, which made 0 sense. Some of the things you learn. I'm still learning on YouTube. I will be the first to tell you I'm not as comfortable on YouTube as I am doing videos, tweaking them, and posting them. So we all got to start somewhere, right? Okay. So this is one side, and this is the other side. I want to make it in such a way that it's easy to just see what I'm doing. And right sides always together. Is this the top or bottom? Top or bottom. And it should all kind of match each other. If you're doing something fun this weekend, do let me know. Do share. I would love to know what other people are finding fun this weekend. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and sew this together and then stuff it. And if you want a straightforward video that doesn't include the seam ripping and all that kind of stuff, you can always go on my website at isewithjoy.com, because I am going to actually do everything from start to finish. I'm trying to get comfortable with lives, and it's always interesting. Like, I'm trying to look at the camera at the same time as I'm sewing, and I find myself looking at multiple places. Hence the joys of having a seam ripper available. Okay, so it's 4 pieces that you sew together. And then you have the hands on both sides, and you just stuff away. All right, I'm going to end this here because my kids are about to get up. Yeah, all right. Thanks for joining me. If you're not already doing so, take a moment to hit that plus button to get notified the next time I post. Subscribe, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.